Hey everyone, this is your girl Renee. Welcome to my third episode of Water for Your Spirit. So today I am going to focus on Black History in honor of Black History Month. Even though we know very well that our history is much too large and vast to be contained in a month. So the title for my poem today is called The Light. We come from greatness where we were kings and queens, but then one day suddenly everything seemed to change. Sometimes we had to run close to the rivers and through the trees, trying our hardest not to be put in chains. Why is this happening? Why are they trying to stop us from being free? Lord, I'm looking for the light. Can't you see what's happening? No longer able to see the light, only darkness and pain surround us as they put us in these boats and chains, knowing that life as we knew it would never be the same. There were many of us that never made it through the middle passage, you see. They just could not survive the inhumane treatment they received, while covered in their own human waste, barely fed enough to eat, all the while covered in these heavy chains as the boats continued to travel across the big sea. Then they landed in a land totally different for my eyes to see, the land that is now known as the place of slavery. Lord, where is the light? I know my family is searching for me. Please keep me strong until I am finally free. We've been fighting so long, many generations gone. The light is dim, but something continues to stay lit within. Some of us know inherently that this is not how it's supposed to be. We know deep down that we are supposed to be free. The Civil War came and slavery was put to an end. But it's hard to change the minds of evil men. They always come up with ways and systems to keep blacks enslaved and wonder why some keep rising to fight. It's the answer to the call of the burning lights. I'll go, I'll go, I'll go. There are lights designed to give power to some to lead the people, saying, no, we are not about to give up until the very end. We are going to keep fighting this fight until we win. Lord, we need more light. Let me tell you how amazing we are. Our brilliance shines bright like the North Star. We are resilient. We are strong. We have all that we need. We are the light that was sent. Yeah, we still fighting the injustices we see. Every time I see the evil and the chaos of the world try to overcome and destroy what will not yield, I see like the phoenix rising, a brighter light revealed. Years of oppression and brutality in spades, yet the light never ever really fades. It catches on like a match lighting a match, you see, and then the fire spreads burning wild like light running through trees, letting evil know we won't go down without a fight. And every time I think the pain is too much to bear, God sends another light, letting me know he sees and he hears. Let me tell you, when I heard Amanda Gorman speak, I saw our ancestors stand up in their seat, cheering us on as we run this race. See, there are many lights along this path. Some may think we still on the run, but our job is not nearly complete. No, it's not over until the final heartbeat. There is always more work to be done. And know this, that is why God keeps letting the light rise in our young ones. They are the energy to set the spark. They've got to keep the light moving so the fireworks can start. See, it was Harriet when she became the conductor of her underground train that passed the light to Sojourner, who gave speeches on the evils of slavery, fought for women's rights. She composed the speech titled, Ain't I a Woman? Can't You See? And yes, we in this fight. It was Vernon Johns to Medgar Evers whose lights were lit to light the match of MLK. But it was when Rosa said, I've got to sick, can't stand no more, that started the real inferno, you see. Malcolm said, I'm in this fight too. I've got my crew by any means necessary. Let me show you what I can do. We've been fighting for so very long, but even when they think we've given up, we always come back strong. It might take decades of years, but we still rise. We did the impossible. We got Barack to the White House. The hate was strong. It came back fierce. We were tired and worn, but let me tell you this. Kamala Harris became Madam VP. She shattered that ceiling. And let me let you know, she's a product of an HBC. Stacey Abrams said, my light is lit, and I'm working Georgia to change it to blue. Let me show you some things. Joe and Kamala, I've got you. Yeah, we still have a long way to go. The fight for us is never over, you know. The hate for the light is strong. But with God on our side, we continue to fight and rock on. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. I wrote this poem entitled "Did the Light." My inspiration came from the incomparable Amanda Gorman. Her infamous poem, "The Hill We Climb," contained a message that states, there is always light if only we're brave enough to see it, if we're brave enough to be it. I thought about our history and our ancestors. I thought about how they were exactly that. They were brave enough to see the light as well as be the light. I believe throughout our history, in the midst of our darkest days and years, God always sent a light. The light in the form of individuals who had the courage to fight for a cause larger than themselves. They rose up to answer the call within them, to become leaders of our people in the fight against slavery, injustice, racism, and police brutality. They passed their light to other individuals who played a unique role in helping us to achieve freedom, to gain rights such as the right to vote. There have been tumultuous times in our history, devastating seasons when we may have felt like giving up, but we never did. We never quit. Sometimes it seemed as though there was no light, but God was always there. Eventually, He would raise up another light. We all have a purpose and part to play in this life. The leader in us and the leaders among us will always rise when we learn to connect with the one who created our purpose. Sometimes it may be a simple act as small as sitting on a bus seat and refusing to give it up. Irene Morgan Kirkcaldy and Claudette Colvin, and finally Rosa Parks, who were all arrested for refusing to give up their seats on a bus during the time of segregation. Each one was a light preparing for the next one. But it was when a zeitgeist moment came, which is the force that brings time and destiny together, that decided Rosa Parks would be the one to launch the civil rights movement. Or it may be as great as a minister who became one of the greatest moral leaders of our time. It is simply answering a call to your purpose and letting God do what He does. We have amazing lights who have opened doors to every area of life, from education, the arts, science, the justice system, politics, sports, ministry, and inventions. Our lights shine with amazing brilliance, a brilliance that shatters ceilings, notions, misconceptions about how great and wonderful our contributions in life have always been and continue to be. There are those who have been fearful and continue to be fearful because they think that our light will diminish theirs. They haven't found their light, so the light is unknown to them. They don't have an understanding of who God is and why He wants us all to become the lights. They live in fear of differences and uniqueness. They live in darkness filled with selfishness and hate. They fail to understand that the moon and sun are both lights. They exist in harmony. and each shines when it is their time. The moon and sun don't compare. They don't fear. They simply do what they were created to do. Yes, we are a people that God has allowed to be oppressed as well as fight against slavery, racism, classism, brutality. Who knows the mind of God? He does what he does without explanation. He is sovereign. However, I do know that God never does or allows things to happen without purpose. I know our strength is in our unity. I know that when we come together in unity, we make great things happen. Why do you think the unity of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X brought so much fear in the hearts of evil minds? The power of that unity under God will be astounding to the foundation of the U.S. as we know it. Through the civil rights era, we united. We got the right to vote. We ended bus segregation. We played a major part in the 1960 presidential election. We got the March on Washington. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was signed. I also know that when we united, we elected the first black president, the first black woman VP. We turned a Southern Republican state blue. I know that when our young people and those who were a part of Black Lives Matter joined together in the cry after the death of George Floyd, the world took notice, stopped, and joined in. I know that when we organize and unite our lights, we accomplish amazing things. I see God raising up lights to inspire, encourage us as we continue to fight this fight. Has everything changed? No. Are we still fighting some of the same fights? Yes. Why? Maybe it's because we have not become truly committed to unity. Maybe it's because God is waiting for us to still work some things out. I do know we have seen changes, however small they may be. I believe if we ever become truly committed to unity with each other, without underlying motives, if we ever come to the realization of the power of uniting our lights instead of fighting among each other, if we ever learn to unite with each other and connect with God, our fight will be over. Go out and find your water.